What's going on, everybody? We're back out here. Early catch and release season for bass, zone 20. I'm out here, beautiful Lake St. Francis. I'm going to show you guys how I like to use the XZone Stealth Tube early season for these tough to catch fish. Water temperature is still cold. They like a slow, easy meal. And dragging that XZone Stealth Tube on the bottom puts them in the boat. So we'll get this fish in, guys, and I'll show you my setup and exactly what I'm doing to get these cold water fish to bite. Come on! Wow. Boom. The Shad XZone ball head. Isn't that gorgeous? What an adrenaline rush. Beautiful fish, guys. Not a giant by any means, but you can see that stealth tube is pegged in the top. So the rod I am using is the Loomis GCX 610 drop shot rod. Now, I find this rod very versatile for many different techniques, but dragging a tube is one of my favorites on this rod. Got paired up with a Shimano Stradic 2500. 8-pound Hi-Vis line, because I slack line a lot of my tubes and let it sit there and wait for the fish come in and pick it up, to a 12-pound Fluorocarbon Leader. Bit heavier. These fish this time of year I find aren't as weary of line, so I bump up the line, especially since I'm dragging right on bottom around rocks, zebra mussels. Don't have to retie as often. Now the tube I am using is the XZone Stealth Tube Watermelon Blue Flake. Now, why I like this color so much out here on the beautiful St. Lawrence is because it mimics so many different things. I noticed that these bass this time of year cough up a lot of tiny little perch. They cough up gobies, they cough up a ton of different things, and this mimics them all very well. I have this on a 3/8 XZone Stealth Tube head. And all I am doing is I'm finding transitions up to spawning grounds. Deeper water where they can kind of stage before they move up into those bays to spawn. The water temperature is staying around 45, and we're in the last couple days of the early catch and release season. So it's taken a while for the water to warm up this year. So the fish are still pretty lethargic, but all I like to do is cast it way out and I just slowly drag it on bottom. I mean dead slow. It can definitely be painful, but it's definitely worth it. The bites you get, super fun, and it flat out catches them. So let's get a few more fish on the bait, show you guys what it's all about. Too much fun, guys, too much fun. So I like to make super long casts. Right now I'm actually fishing a current break where it comes up into a beautiful spawning bay. And they set up either right inside or just on the current break, sometimes even in the current. So I'm casting up and just dragging that tube back super slow, super natural presentation. These fish just pick it up. So again, just slow drags on the bottom. Oh, that one nailed it. I don't know how big he is, but he wanted it. He whacked that up good. Wait for that troll motor. Ooh, close that troll motor. I don't think he's crazy big, but he's feisty. When you're fortunate enough to get this early season, it's super fun. Just a tiny guy. Man, did he ever want that? Boom, pegged again. Perfectly, just a tiny little one. Now I'm going to cast exactly where I was, because typically this time of year these bass are schooled up pretty heavy. They get together in nice big groups. So like I said before, you can keep making that same cast over and over again. And hopefully catch a bunch of fish.